A guy with his family visited Wuhan in holidays, get back home and exhibited no sign of COVID-19, but tested positive. Say the probability of getting COVID-19 while a visit to Wuhan is one guy in 10,000 people is 0.01%. I'm making this up. Alex with his family went to Wuhan to come back home and to be safe and take a test that is 99.9% accurate in detecting the virus. Alex's test came back positive. He freaked out and started crying, saying goodbye to the loved ones. Before we get further into the video, a test is divided into two parts: sensitivity and specificity. Sensitivity decides how sensitive the test is to detect the virus while you actually have it. If you have less sensitivity, you can get false negative even when you have the virus. A specificity test: do you actually have the specific disease? If you have a test with too low specificity, it may give a lot of false positive, where the test tells you that you have the disease, but you don't have it. Now there are two different tests for COVID-19, a test for genetic material and a test for antibody test. A genetic material takes test from your nasal cavity, also called as PCR or polymerase chain reaction, which rapidly expands the genetic codes and tests the genetic markers in your body. The good news is, these genetic material test has a very high amount of specificity, but unfortunately sensitivity isn't that high. The other test tests antibodies made by your immune system, and those antibodies in your blood will be detected by the test. Similar to genetic test, antibody test also has some false negative, but what is more problematic, that it has more amount of false positive that depends on a particular antibody test. Okay, now let's get back into the video. But when Alex takes a look at Bayesian result, remember, for every one person with the virus, there are 9,999 without it. Which means even a robot programmed to always split out a negative test result, regardless of who's getting the test, will still guess correctly 99.99% of the time. Being accurate 99.9% of the time isn't that impressive. What we need to figure out is how accurate the test is when it splits out. A positive test result when this one person, Alex, with the virus takes the test, chances are 99.9% of that will be accurate out of 9,999 people without the virus taking the test. 99.9% will get an accurate test result, which translates to 9,989. That means the remaining 10 people will be inaccurately diagnosed, testing positive for COVID-19 when they don't actually have it. So out of 11 people testing positive for COVID virus, only one actually has it, meaning the chances of Alex's test came back positive with the result will be only 1 in 11 or 9%. Not 99%. This is an example of conditional probability, and it really works well. And sometimes it can even save your life. Computers that do artificial intelligence, without Bayesian theorem, nothing would be possible. Bayesian can be updated with the new data that comes into play, like rain and weather forecasting, that previously was not detected for an upcoming event like a hurricane. The stock market you look at is not a gamble, but only an understanding of Bayesian probability. And as always, thanks for watching. All my work is shared for free, so if you want to support it, share it. This video was funded by the useful advice of Def Forbes from the University of Cincinnati.